Our introductions, everybody said what they did. Of course, that means that now you know, right, what role someone could assist in and play a part in. This is not about competition. It is not about what anybody else may be doing or what anybody else may be having, but how do we now bring all of that to the table and work together? So we definitely agree with that. Um,
Sherry.
yes.
Um, we're doing fine in satellites. Our community in satellites. We have to remember.
You talking, Keith?
Did I mute
No, I'm
myself?
sorry. My mic was on. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
And we have to remember that we are definitely behind enemy lines, and I think that we have forgotten that. This is why we don't. Why in mass, not in the little satellites, but in mass, like back in the '60s and the '70s, we were together in mass. But once we became integrated, definitely integrated, we relaxed, and we no longer have the drive as a huge mass to do what we were once doing. So this is what we have to remember. This is how we're going to get it together, because in satellites we can do things in satellites, those small pockets here and there, and we it's happening, but we have to do it in mass. When other people come here, it is important to them that they find other people like them and create communities for themselves. But since I've already been here and we have gone through the civil rights movement and integration has happened, now all we want to do is have some peace. I believe that's the problem. We no longer want to really fight for us as a community. People just want peace, and that's what they've been doing. That's why we don't have the civil rights movements today like we once had. Why we don't have the fight today like we once did, because we've gotten comfortable and complacent with things being okay, even though they're not really okay.
I appreciate that share. I do because we're becoming comfortable, right? And a lot of dysfunction happening around us, and become completely comfortable in dysfunction. So I did put down something you said. We can't lose fighting. We can't. We've got to get uncomfortable, and we can address that. Let's see. I also put down work with existing platforms, so that we can put that in the memorandum some kind of way. Three words that have stuck out so far are mobilizing, scaling, spending power. Any other keywords out there that or things we need to kind of focus in on for the memorandum?
Solidarity.
Okay, keep going, y'all. Anybody else?
Forgiveness.
I think to a certain degree, respect. And what I mean by that is like, you know, I don't really look at what's going on. It's just being pockets. I think it's just people having different functions. When you look at a body, right? I like to use the body as an example because it's a perfect example. The kidneys have a function. The intestines have a function. The heart, lungs, brain, you name your nose, your mind, like all these things have a function. And just because they don't have the same function as you does not mean they're not contributing. Super important. The feet has a different function than what your knee does. Now, and everybody has to do their part. In a lot of ways, people are doing their part. Even now and today, we've had all of these innovations that happened over the last 100 years where people had particular things that they are focused on, and we benefit from all of them, whether it was innovations in health, innovations in agriculture, innovations in transportation, innovations in computers and tech. Like all of these things, we're at a crossroad where all of these things, we're benefiting from all of them, and they weren't all on the same page. It wasn't people that was just working together. It was people that had unique things that they were interested in, that they were driven by, and we all benefit. Like we have a version of unity that we think uniformity and unity is the same thing, and I assure you it's not.
Play your part, play your part. Okay. I put down respect, play your part. Something you said, direct, what? Directory doesn't what?
I said unity and uniformity are not the same thing. We think unity means
Unity
uniformity.
is.
Everybody doing the same thing, and what that causes is imbalance. If all of your cells in your body all did the same thing, you would not function as a person. You would die. You would cease to exist. All the cells in your body have different functions. There's some that's supposed to be part of the nerves, the bloodstream,
I
muscle
got it.
tissue, and you got different kinds of muscle tissue throughout the body. Everybody ain't meant to do the exact same stuff. We got to cut this out.
That's right. Exactly. Play your part. And that's another reason why we did our introductions in the beginning, right? So that we can find out what people do, what they bring, and the value that they add in their lane, right? So play play your part, play your part. Okay? Um, let's see. Um, yes, rejoice.
Okay. Y'all can hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can hear you, Joyce.
Okay, good. Um, I know Elvina reminded me of this really great test that you can actually take. A lot of people that are in a corporate environment or whatever, they take it just to see where their strengths are. Alvina, if you still have that link, I think it would be cool to know because a lot of times we get in these spaces and we have multiple hats that we wear, but our expertise, sometimes we may struggle with what we can actually say we're really good at. So maybe that test can kind of help people. But that's just what I want to share. I think you might know what I'm talking about, right, Sherry?
Yeah. Gallup strength. Gallup strengths.
Oh, did y'all
It
do
has
Gallup?
different names, but the one I took was the Myers Briggs.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
So I'll
Yeah,
share
that
the
one
link.
too. Um, I one of the ones that I do when I go out and do my administrative sessions. It is on the Gallup Strength Finder training, and I've done Briggs as well, but that's one of my favorites. So yeah, if you all get a chance to do that, please do, because it spoke to me 199%. Queen, go ahead.
Hey, so as far as the introductions to the room, we do have a couple new people. We have Keith and Dukes Lee in the room. Are you going to give them a chance to introduce
You got the
themselves?
mic. Ask them. You got it. She want me to do it. Okay.
You got the crown. You
She want me to do it. Okay, so Keith and Dukes Lee, welcome to the space. The question was, okay, what we're talking about is the link up top, building a blueprint for Black America together. We were wondering if you could share with us what you do, how you could add value in building that blueprint, and what brings you here today. Keith.
Well, I won't say much, but I'll make my point off of one point, and all the rest of my points will be all relevant. Melanin
What happened, Dukes Lee? Your mic is muted.
melanated without integrated. You have to learn to love one another, get along. We don't think it's relevant to care for one another, but that's the bottom line problem with the black community. However, those are those who are caring and loving and looking out, supporting, knowing what it is, right? I think it's a small amount of us, and I think it's a period in which uh, like the age of Aquarius and then back in the 60s and 50s and 60s, we begin to rise again. I can see the rise. I can see we opening our eyes again. But at the same time, our attitude towards each other, right, and our attitude towards the Caucasians has relevance. Everybody say, "Well, you're always talking about." I'm not talking. I'm telling you the truth. Attitude is everything. And my education, all of my learning, right? I didn't go to college or anything. Was in my own family. That was my greatest university, in my own family. So whatever I think the problem is, I've experienced it in my own family. I rest my.
So, what is it that you bring to the table as, one of your strengths, or what are you working on? What do you do? Dukesley?
Oh, okay, so my situation, storm, it just started raining, so I'll be back.
All right, you be careful out there, because these storms ain't nothing to play with the last couple of days, y'all. Keith, feel free to answer.
Well, I'm Keith Johnson, born in Los Angeles, raised in LA, lived in Georgia, all over the place. But spent 37 years in the real estate title insurance business, helping local brokers and agents target their community. And I think a lot of things had happened when it comes to the interest rate for people of color owning property and the struggles that they had to do to keep the property. But one of the things that multiple things I bring, of course, intelligence, but most of all, I bring data to the, for the people that look like us, or people with mentality of, doing certain things together. And there's ways that you can customize the target area. One of the ways you can do it by anniversary years. People been owning 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20, 25 years. And the people that's been owning 5 and 10, you just, get a list of people that's been owning 5 and 10 years with a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. And the reason why I say that is because over the last 25 or more years, the first time buyer has been women that bought property. Most of the time, it's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath condo or single family. This throughout the nation. And, high level job or high management job. About 30, say from 27 to 35 when they first bought the property. Now they're older, the kids are older, and now they need a 3 bedroom, but they have equity in the property. And I think that when we targeting people to help bring equity to what we're trying to do for as communities concerned, gather people together and collect resources that we can invest, through the world. I think we need to look at getting a list of people again in the major cities where the people are living that's interested in what we're talking about, and send them an invitation to open forum or just compliment them on the anniversary of home ownership first, because that's an achievement that a lot of people don't make. So anyway, like I said again, it's a 5 bedroom. I mean, 5 year, 10 year owners, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Then we go to the 15 and 20. Those people of color, of course, I hope, are same mentality, owner occupied, own more than one property. And then we go with the 25 and 30 people that have either a 2 story home or 4 more bedrooms. Those people want to downsize. So I'm just saying that these people take care of their business. And if we formulate, some kind of letter saying, "Hey, congrats,"
Keith, you went out.
we do that one to the same people, uh, you're going to get 1%. So just like a real estate agent that targeting people that's trying to sell a house, whatever the median price range, say 400,000. They do this. You say we get 100 of each increment. 100 5 year, 100 10 year. That's all the way up to 5 year by 30. That's 600 people, and based on the numbers, 100% of the people that get mailed to, 70% look at it, 30% read it, 15% have a question, 7 will call, three will set an appointment, 1 will buy because they have to do something before the end of the month. So you're going to have 6 people when you're dealing with real estate that need some kind of real estate services, whether it be a loan or a notary, whatever. So this type of concept is based on the family size, family decrease, family increase. So Then again, what you want to do is target them on the 17th of the month because most people get paid twice a month, first and 15th. Most people take half of their each check to pay their upcoming mortgage that's been, taking care of their business. So on the 17th is before they send the second half. So that would be good for a real estate agent or a mortgage person to target those people like that. I have tried to teach this to a lot of people because it's not based on the rate, the interest rate, because that's driven by other people that's not interested in us. But it's based on the family size and the circumstances, what the family go through by the years of ownership. So I think you need to find the equity, people to have equity and interested in,
Okay,
wealth.
I'm curious. What kind
Uh,
of favor?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that.
It was a hot mic.
Oh,
Keep going.
okay. So anyway, those people, and again, you're looking at first time buyers, 30 something, 20 something, and then you add the years. So we added 5 years, such and such, then 10 years, such and such. And then the people have mothers and fathers as
You went out again.
opportunities on that we could address. So that's some of the things that I bring in. I have a data company that provides that type of list, whether emails or we can do mail outs or we can do phones. So we have all of that information. So that's what I bring to the table. I'm a kind of a committed kind of guy. So once it's on. I'm there. So you know, happy to be a part of you guys. Peace.
Happy to have you, for sure. I didn't know you did all that. Um, and thanks for those nuggets.
I'm a quiet storm.
I, s- I see, like me. But I think we have Get It, we have Doctor UR, Marcus, and Get It on the stage. Let's see, Get It dropped off. Dr. UR, tell us, building a blueprint for Black America. What do you do? How do you bring and add value to community? Just trying to find out what everybody does that is in our surroundings.
Peace, peace, peace. Well, I'm Dr. Yard Covered. I'm a conversationalist and I come in peace. I'm coming as love for the sake of love. And that's pretty much it.
That's it. That
That's it.
that's
And
it.
that's all. That's all I can offer
Mm,
Yeah,
here.
mm, mm.
that's a good start. That's a good start. Because the most important thing is to get to know for us. We can work on the village. This is with the meet and greet. This is the village. We're getting to know each other. Yes.
All right, so Doc Manis, I'm gonna let you handle the part where I guess you want to talk about the memorandum of understanding, and how do you want that to look? How you want it to flow? What do you want? Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Well, from my perspective here, from my perspective, from my research show, we must learn to love each other again here, because it's gonna make a big difference uh, in our community. Because as I said before, we all over the place. And yes, there are melanated people doing some great things and all that. They have always been since before the Mayflower. But as a village, our village is broken. And what can we do to bring our village back together? And I'm not talking about all of us, so let's not get it twisted here. But I'm talking about those who have, well, I would say the conscious, to understand we are stronger together. Thank you.
Okay, so we need to get to that memorandum, that
Yes.
conversation. So,
Yes. Let's
um,
start. Let's start with a meet and greet. Yes. Now, have we uh, elevated from that position going into the next step here? Because we need to, as far as I'm concerned, next step for me will be, why are we here? Yes. Now we know that we need to, as far as from our research, show that uh, we are a broken family. So where do we start? Anybody? It's open suggestion. There ain't no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong here. It's just open suggestion. So
Well, I think it has to start with forgiveness. Somebody mentioned that. We need to forgive ourselves and then forgive the others. And we need to start to go forward. I think having past things on your mind brings back past things. And um, so I just think forgiveness, towards each other and then compliments on each other.
I concur. I concur. Oh, I'm gonna use an example here. See, when it comes to Sherry and I, and there's others, but I'm gonna just say Sherry here. We disagree, but we can come back the next day and keep it moving. Yes, and I'm not saying when we disagree, it don't get a little heated. No, family does that, but we keep this main focus here. That's very important. What the foundation? That's why, uh, as I say, we are building a house here. It always starts a foundation, unless somebody knows something different. Because I never seen a house built from the top down. But I mean, I'm open. Somebody can help me out with that. So I, as far as I'm concerned, that concrete, putting down that concrete, and we can build from there. Well, when you building a house, what I think it was on the average 10 or 15 different people working together to get it done. Is that true or false?
Yeah, you're right. It takes when you build a house. When I was going through high school, they had a lot of courses that they no longer offer in high school. Now you have to go to a trade school to get them. But when we were in high school, we built houses. Or one half of the class we broke up into two teams, Team A and Team B, and we would have to build, put in the studs and the foundation and the roofing, and then you'd have to drill holes through the studs to do the wiring, electricity, and we did all this in high school. And we took auto mechanics and we took engines out of Novas and Chevys and 350s and hooked them back up. And of course, back then you can actually work on a car because you can get to everything: the starters, the alternators, the belts, the hoses. But Lord has stepped out, but a lot of the things he was saying was true, um, about a foundation and simplicity and functionality. And everybody plays a part in that. Who are our radiators? Who are our starters? Who are our alternators? I personally don't think none of this will be resolved in this conversation. It'll probably be like people getting assignments and doing self assessments, because I also used to work in marketing and sales, and there's a lot of profiles that you have to go through to get where you ultimately want to be, and deliver a brand or a statement or a projection of what you want to represent. Me personally, I kind of like the sci-fi thing, and I kind of see myself, like, if someone had to describe me, like, I would probably say I'm like a Vulcan slash Dave Chappelle slash Muhammad Ali. You know, Things have to make sense. They have to be logical, but I like to have a good time. But I'm not a fool, and if you know what that means. So, because every other race, when I deal with because I deal with races from all over the place, China, I've been everywhere, and these people are serious about whatever they put together, what they're doing. They don't take like that Kevin Hart stuff. Only we would do that. No other race on the planet does that. You know. So, and a lot of people have hit on it in here, respect, mutual respect, because we have been broken. I mean, this is not the 60s. It's almost like you have to be reborn. And what I tell people is, when I look at things now, I don't see myself as a black man or a white man or anything like that. I look at myself as somebody who's coming here from another planet, and I sit back and I watch and see how they operate. They're killing their own resources, they're killing the whales, they're killing the atmosphere. And then I say to myself, is that intelligent? Because it ain't just white people doing this, you know. I mean, you have several countries and governments that are dumping waste in the ocean, and it's like you got somewhere else to go and you don't. I don't have a starship, so we need to really get back. And it ain't about, like, a lot of people try to make it about race, but it ain't about white people. I don't care, because all of those other races of people are together, galvanized, and handling their business, and they speak as one group, even behind doors if they have disagreements. But to the face of the UN, they speak as one group, and that's going to take some work, you know. And us as black people here in America, because we're different from any other race of people. We're not Africans, we're not Islanders, we're not Jamaicans. We things that have happened here in America are unique than any other form of slavery anywhere abroad. So it's like a healing. We really we really need common sense. We really, it's just you have to operate with a sense of common sense and logic, and just attack a problem that way, and then identify the enemy or the competitor or whoever it is. That, because when we do something and it's working, you know something's going to come to knock it off its rocker. That's what I meant earlier about defense system. you know, because if you want to succeed, and if not, you're building something so somebody can come and knock it down. So all of that has to be integrated into whatever we do, because we have to protect so we can pass it on to the next group of people that come after us. Because I myself am not going to live forever. And I'll leave it at that.
Thank you for sharing. And so I don't know if we kind of got the MOU thing addressed, but maybe what we can do is, Manus, is if you and maybe two other people would like to sit down and maybe create like an MOU, then come back to and have the conversation. I think that would be really helpful, because we actually have a lot of opportunity already right here within just on this stage. So if we need to, get two, three people together to have that conversation on the MOU, I think that would be really helpful in really establishing that for us. Okay, because I know that we are
You're
not going to
correct.
be able to do that right here. So if anybody's interested in volunteering, maybe two or three more people with Manus on creating that MOU, make sure that you leave it in the, well, everybody can't see the chat. Send it in my back channel. Send it in my back channel. You can leave it in the chat as well, because I can see the chat, and that'll be helpful. So send it in the chat if you really want to work on that. Number two, I think we have a lot of the conversation we need to have is the mobilizing part, marketing across networks, marketing across platforms. You know, I don't think we've had that conversation outside of, I know Alvina's does it. I think Lord says his does it. Cause Hennessy. So wow, we've got one, two, three. We've got four right there. And even if we keep up the LABs, the LABs site up here, I really just got this for like a basis for us. We literally already have like floor platforms that we should literally be pushing out every day. Every single one of us out there, just pushing it out there. It's free to just share. It's free to just share. That's it. Just open your mouth. When I'm at the register and they're like, "What you?" I'm listening. Oh, I'm listening to my folks. They on Fanbase. They in my ear. She be like, "What is Fanbase?" Oh, it's a Fanbase. This is an app. Even if I want them to join or not, whatever. I'm putting it out there, right? So across platforms, maybe what I can do too is, I know I've added Melanated Music Group. I know I've added Royals United. I need Social Village. And what is Lord's site? Anybody know? I know it's like him
Me,
himself.
myself, and AI.
Me, myself, and AI. I was about to say him, himself, and me. I don't know. Okay, me, myself, and AI. And Doug, I looked at your question. Do we have ads or links we can share on other platforms? I think that is what we're addressing now. Are we monetizing across available apps? Which we should be doing. We should be doing that. And I definitely plan on settling my whole life down and getting something over there to the different platforms. And if anybody needs help with organizing, like, or strategizing through their business, reach out to me. If you heard somebody else on the app that you think you connect with that can help you get that information, please call me, right? Let's not hesitate. If you need help with your 60-second pitch, if you need help on what needs to go on your website, what strategizing through the many talents and gifts that you have, please don't just sit in it, right? Please don't sit in it. We need to
We
recreate.
have
We need to create something for you so that you can have something to put on these platforms, because we also don't want to just throw something together, right? Please don't just throw something together. We want to be official. And so, yeah, go ahead, Ovina.
we have two ads running right now on all platforms. One is highlighting all the artists that are currently on our site. It continues to grow. So if another one comes on tomorrow, then we'll probably wait till we get like a good two or three more and then add them on. But we have a pretty good couple ads that have all the sponsors on them. So a simple reshare if you're on TikTok, if you're on Instagram, if you're on wherever you are, just to reshare it. So because the ads are there, we're resharing. I think our artists are resharing. So just to reshare those, and then whatever the artists share to reshare those as well. But we do have for our platform, we have ads that we create. AG and DB work on, and they create.